8:12 this morning. If you spend hours sitting at a desk, you're not alone, and neither is that stiff neck, achy back, sore shoulders. This morning, we're tackling some common desk-related pain and some simple stretches that can help you feel better throughout the day. Joining us this morning is Alana Dwarka from D1 Training in Westchase. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, so first tell us, you guys, by the way, have done a great job targeting me in Instagram. I've been following you guys here. So tell me a little bit of what's D1 and how does it differ from other gyms?
So D1 Westchase is a sports performance training facility. So we work with athletes from as young as 7 all the way up through our high school, college, and professional athletes. And then we have our adults program as well. And the idea with our training is that we really want to make sure we are encompassing all things that it takes to be an athlete. So speed and agility, strength and conditioning, injury prevention, and just making sure that we hit all targets of what athletes need in order to improve.
A big part of that in terms of any kind of exercise is stretching, and I think a lot of people either put it off, they forget about it, maybe they're in a rush, but that really can lead to injury, right, if you're not protecting the muscles?
Absolutely. So sitting in the same position for a long period of time, our muscles just get really stiff and achy, and it gets uncomfortable for us as we just kind of sit in the same place.
Yeah, and if you're sitting all day and then you try to go right into a workout too, you're all stiff already.
Yes,
you got to have that warm up.
Yeah, so with our warm ups that we do in our exercises, we spend, maybe 10 to 12 minutes just working on range of motion and flexibility, even with our adults program, making sure that we are kind of letting go of some of the stress of sitting still all day.
Yeah, as Americans, between our drive times and sitting at our desk at work, we spend a lot of time just sitting down. So what are some simple stretches that we can do? Because I'm going to tell you, every time I get up from this seat, I grunt. I get up, I'm like, oh.
Well, we both complain all day long. I mean, I know people at home too, you
Shoulders.
just experience that tightness and stress builds up there too. So what do we do?
Okay, so our first one that we're going to do, we're going to stack our elbows inside each other.
Okay, with my suit.
Yeah, I know. With our suits, it's a little hard. Doesn't matter if it's
Mike's
left or
trying
right.
over here.
If you have the range of motion to get your hands in, great. If not, no worries.
How do you get your hand in? Like that with your thumb?
Yep, you can get our thumb. And so all I want you to think is that you're going to push forward and start to create some space in between your scap that's right on your back. And if you're moving up and moving down, you'll start to feel a stretch a little bit through the back side of your area. And so it really just starts to separate out the muscles that are back there, right?
Yeah.
We get a...
I felt it. My suit did too. It's like, it's hanging on by the seams.
I know. With sitting all day, we get like a rounded shoulder, so our chest muscles get really compacted, but our back muscles never get engaged, so we're not able to sit nice and proud and roll those shoulders back.
There are a couple others that you have too, right?
Yeah, the second one that we're doing, so you're actually just going to hold right onto the bottom of your seat.
So while you're sitting, you get these in.
Yes, absolutely.
Do them at home with us.
And so I want you to think that you're really going to separate your shoulder from your ear, so you're going all the way down. You can pull on the bottom of your seat, and you can rotate left. Yep, rotate right. You'll start to get a good stretch right up in your neck.
This one's always complaining about her neck too.
Yeah, I know. I mess it up. So I have a pillow that I'm like, if I don't have my pillow, like an elderly woman at this point, I have to have my special pillow for my neck.
Yeah, she travels with a special pillow.
But that one does feel good. So that one, and that helps. They're all connected, right?
Yes,
so
everything's connected all the way from the top to the bottom. I have one more stretch for you guys that we'll do today. And so as you're doing this one, you'll stand up, and if you have a wall, great, you guys can do that one as well. And so hands are going to come out in front of you, and you're going to be right in front, and then you're just opening all the way and rotating as far as you can, and this is going to start opening up your T-spine. And so when we're doing these, we just want to be able to remember that we want to create as much space with our body and stretch as far as we can from right through the ends of our fingertips.
How often should we be doing this?
Every day.
Every day.
Right? They only take a couple minutes as we're doing them, but it's just something that, over time it's going to help us avoid some of that injury and stiffness that we get from sitting all day.
And do we do this before or after a workout? Some people can get it a little too early for us to get a run in the morning. Sometimes Prangley does it, but if you're planning to work out, do you do this before or after?
We can do it before or after. It really doesn't matter, just because it's about opening up our body. It's nice to get nice and warmed up prior to doing our run, and afterwards we use a cool down where we're able to just kind of recover from that run.
I love doing the doorway stretches too.
Yes.
Those are really good. If you ever want to open that whole area
open that chest all the way up. That one's really good.
Doorway stretches are really good, especially for that upper shoulder area and the chest too as well. So okay, D1, it's not just in Westchase. There's other locations as well. But by the way, affiliated with Tim Tebow, by the way. I noticed that. I noticed that on Instagram. Yes.
We love him. So with D1, there's a couple other facilities that are in the area, and we're really just working with athletes. We're working with adults, and we want to make sure that we're enabling athletes to stay in their sport for as long as they can.
Yeah, really important. Thanks
What's
so much.
the website, by the way?
Yeah,
Oh, so you can check us out on Instagram. Our Instagram is D1_Westchase.
they found you.
They've already got
Yeah,
me.
well, yes,
I'm already
targeted you.
following Yes, I hit follow. It's like
On Facebook, we're just at D1_Westchase.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Awesome.
Laura,
Of
for
course, thank you
coming
guys.
in. I'm
Thank
stretching
you.
it out here. I know this one over here.
He was there.
Langley,
Did you see Mike doing
Yeah.
it?
He was doing it in the Weather
He
Center.
is Mr.
Following
Athlete.
along.
Create space. So
Yes.
that was
Create
the key.
space.